Our next Bet on a Vet is with Bryan Arline. And Bryan, welcome to Bet on a Vet. You are the CEO of Radline Consulting, and you're also the co-founder.
Correct. Yeah, it's nice to be here. Thank you.
Sure. So, Bryan, tell us about your military experience. When did you enter? What branch, and how long were you in?
So I was in for 3 years when, pretty much right out of high school. I was in the Army, and I was in, basically artillery. And I also did work as, was trained to be a medic. And I was also trained to be a communications technician. So basically, they have you wear a lot of different hats in the military, which was a nice transition into the public sector, because I'm realizing I'm doing that quite a bit with this company as well. So.
You're surprisingly soft-spoken for somebody who was in artillery. Do you have a question? Like because you're a consultant now, you founded this business, you're the CEO. Did you go to four-year school after your time in the military, or did military help you transition into doing what you're doing now?
So a combination. While I was in the military, I also was part of some computer simulations for new artillery that they were bringing in. So it was really kind of cool to work on that back in the day. And then as soon as I got out of the military, I went and, got my degree and started working in the IT and the business world. And it transitioned into, years down the road. And I said, well, I feel pretty comfortable with this. Let me go ahead and set up a company. I know enough people that are really experts at what they do. And so a little bit about the company. So we do IT and business consulting. And what that means is from an IT perspective, we work on, small projects, big projects, whatever it is, but it could be something as simple as you want to migrate your company to the cloud, or you want to do an integration from application A to application B. There's so many different possibilities for opportunities there. What else? For the business side, we come in and we basically will help them with streamlining their processes, helping them do process improvement within, the business side, so that when there's some major project that comes down on some company, a lot of the times they either don't have the expertise or the experience in that world. So we're able to come in and we're able to help them through that whole process, and, basically kind of guide them, and in some cases take over the reins and do it for them. We do a lot of state government, contracts. That's kind of what we're focused on. But we also do private as well. So we are also really big on giving back. So a portion of the proceeds from Radline, we actually donate to, veteran groups. So, that said, if anybody out there is listening, the more you help us, the more we can help them. So
now, do you also, Bryan, deal with different veteran groups as far as your consulting?
Yes. We're actually, hold up. In what sense? What do you mean by that?
Okay. Well, let's say there's a veteran group that has an IT project, or they just need to streamline their business better. Are you more in tune with that, or are you more of just the in general business world?
In general business world, we will work with anybody and everybody. So, that said, I mean, if a veteran, business or like nonprofit type situation, if they were to come to us and they needed our help, we would probably be a lot more in tune with them, because we do have, a lot of our folks that work with us are previous veterans. So we understand kind of how that mindset works, from a discipline, from, strategic thinking, et cetera. And we would definitely be able to mesh with that very, very well. But that said, we also work in the private industry, government industry. So we're pretty versatile, and, Yeah.
How many employees do you have?
We have, it varies based on projects, because we'll typically bring them on for these projects as contractors. And then, after the contract, then we would let them go, or transition them to the next project, that makes sense. And that number's varied from, anywhere from 50 to, 100. It really just depends on the actual project itself. We're getting into the federal space, and some of their projects are pretty heavy. So we're looking forward to taking on some pretty big projects and bringing on a lot of people, hopefully.
You kind of addressed it right at the very beginning, but how has your military service and training helped you run this business?
Honestly, it's a combination. It's the military discipline. I hit on earlier the strategic thinking. And, basically the ability to kind of think on your feet a little bit, because when, you're out, in the sticks playing G.I. Joe, right? And something pops up and they're like, hey, we need you to go figure this out. You don't have typically a support number to call for help. You normally just have to figure it out and do it. Whether it's, if you're going to change the track on a tank, or you're going to, figure out how to do like some sort of communications, to somebody who's a mile away. You don't really have a lot of opportunity to sit there and pass the buck, so to speak. You have to kind of pick it up and run with it, and that's the best. Some of the best skill sets I think that we've learned as veterans. So.
Well, Bryan, man, thank you very much for taking time. If people want to get a hold of you, if what you've talked about today sounds like something their company could need, how do they reach you?
So if you go to our website, www.radlineconsulting.com, and you can hit us up. There's an information portal on there to get a hold of us, and we would love to connect with you and work with you. If you needed to hit me up directly, you can hit me up directly at Bryan@radlineconsulting.com. And I'd love to have a conversation with anybody.
Well, we love the fact that you do what you do, and that not only that, you give back to the veterans. The fact that you're giving back is pretty wonderful.
No, honestly, I know there's a lot of organizations out there that do this. That said, we're just trying to do our part, right? We're just trying to, help America along and taking care of those that have taken care of us, right? And, as a veteran, I fully understand how much you sacrifice. So I can relate very clearly on that.
Awesome. Bryan, thank you.
Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
And thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Thank you.